I have been on the soup train with all this cold, rainy weather in California. It's just been tasting so good. So I've got another one here for you today. If you're new here, my name is Debbie and I'm a plant-based RN and I follow the starch solution. Here you're going to find quick and easy whole food plant-based recipes that are also gluten-free, no oil. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more plant-based content. I also have a Facebook group if you feel like you need a little bit more support, and there you will find support, inspiration, and recipes. So today I'm going to be making a really easy lentil soup. It's one of my favorites. It's chock full of veggies and vitamins, and it is low calorie density. It is a great recipe for weight loss. I love to eat a big bowl of soup before my 50-50 plate. So let's get started. I want to show you all that's going into this recipe. So here is what all is going into my lentil soup. I've got an onion, zucchini, potato, carrots, celery. I don't always put zucchini in my lentil soup, but I have this half sitting around and I thought, why not throw it in? Then I've got some garlic, some spices. I've got red lentils and brown lentils. This is actually brown and green mixed together. A couple cans of fire roasted tomatoes, some tomato paste, bouillon. You could use stock. I'll tell you about that later. And then of course, I gotta add some greens. I got some spinach and then a little lemon juice. I was fresh out of fresh lemons, but I do have this lemon juice, so I'm gonna be using this. Don't judge me. Whatever you need to do to make your life easy, do it. If it helps you eat healthier, don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna start chopping these up and then we're gonna head over to the stove. So we just wanna cube everything up about the same size. I think that looks good for the celery. Now for the carrot. I'm gonna want my carrots about this size. So they're a pretty small dice, okay? And then same will be true for the zucchini and the onion I have over here. I'm only gonna use half this onion because it's so big. And then we'll cube up our potato. So I'm just gonna finish doing all this and then I'll meet you over at the stove. So this is a no oil recipe. So we are starting with 4 tablespoons of water and then I'm gonna just add in all my veggies. Celery, and I'm gonna make a mess like I always do. So we're on medium heat here. We're gonna let these cook for a good 5-6 minutes. You want the onions to be translucent and everything to be softened. So I will come back when that is done. All right, so you want them to look about like this. That was about 6 minutes. Now we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. 1, 2. I've got a couple teaspoons of garlic and then my spices, and we're just gonna let this cook for a couple minutes. Get everything mixed in and then let it go for a couple minutes. If you feel like you need to add a little bit of water, if it's getting too dried out, then go ahead and do so, but you don't want to add in a lot. Now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. We've got our tomatoes, potatoes, our lentils, and about 6 cups of water. Okay, we're going to turn this up to a boil, get it all stirred together. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to let it go for about 30 minutes. Now, I wouldn't add any salt until the very end. Wait till it's all done and then give it a taste. And then if you feel like you need some salt and pepper, then go ahead and add it then. So we're just gonna let this come to a boil, simmer about 30 minutes, and then we will be done. Oh, I will add in some spinach at the very end. And we want to add in our bouillon. Hello. This is the not chicken bouillon. I have a low sodium, one low sodium and one regular. If you're watching your salt, just use the 2 low sodiums. Otherwise, do what I do, or you could use 2 regular, depending on how salty you like it. But to me, this is a perfect combo. And then this will just all dissolve in and give it some great flavor. So we are at a simmer here. So you want to stir it every once in a while. And then about 30 minutes, I'm going to leave the lid kind of half on, half off. And we will check back when it's all done. Okay, so it's been on for about a half hour. I'm going to add a couple cups of chopped spinach and just a little bit of lemon juice just to kind of freshen it up. We'll let this cook for a couple more minutes, let the spinach wilt, and then we'll give it a taste. Make sure we don't need to adjust any of the seasonings, and then we'll give it a taste. I'll be right back. And here is the soup. Look at that big bowl of yumminess. Let's give it a taste. Here is our big bowl of nutrition. Oh, so good. Now I do get questions on soup, that if you have starch and veggies in a soup, would you consider that 50-50? Would you consider this a complete meal? And I do consider this a complete meal. It's got potatoes, carrots, zucchini, onions, celery, tomatoes, spinach. It's got everything in here that you need. I eat a big bowl of this. I'm gonna be full. So this to me is a complete meal. So if that's a question that you have, there's the answer. So this is super hot. It just came out, but you know, I'm super impatient. This is so perfect. I love it. And I mean, it makes enough to feed an army. So I'm gonna have all this yumminess all week for lunches. I'm gonna eat it tonight for dinner. It's gonna be perfect for my husband and myself. And it was really quick and easy to make. I mean, once you chop everything up, it takes about 10 minutes. Then you just get everything going. I mean, it's under an hour. So a delicious homemade soup can be really easy to make. If you like this video, if you got something out of it, if you learned something new, then give me a like. I really appreciate it. And also, if you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with lentil soup, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate your support. Remember that eating the starch solution does not have to be complicated or difficult. Just keep it simple, work on consistency, and you've got this. And all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you.